You know that feeling, right? You get this incredible, life-changing idea. Maybe it's a business, a book, a new skill, and you feel this amazing surge of excitement. But then, nothing. The days tick by, then the weeks, and that brilliant idea just sits there, collecting dust. So why does this happen to all of us? Well, the answer isn't that you're lazy, not at all. It's actually all about psychology. So let's dive in and uncover the hidden mental traps that are really holding us back.
So have you ever felt it? That frustrating paralysis? You know exactly what you want to do. Maybe you even know the steps to get there, but you just can't bring yourself to start. If you have, you are definitely not alone. It's an incredibly common human experience, and believe me, it has almost nothing to do with laziness.
The story we usually tell ourselves is pretty simple. I'm just lazy, or I'm not motivated enough. We turn it into a character flaw. But the real story, the one psychology tells us, is way more interesting. The reality is that our own minds, often with the best intentions, set these little hidden traps for us. Traps that keep us from ever getting started. Okay, so we're going to break down 5 of the most common mental traps that cause so many of us to dream big, but, well, do nothing. These are the subtle, subconscious forces that quietly sabotage our ambition. Let's start with one of the sneakiest. All right, trap number 1. This one is really seductive because it feels so good. It's what happens when our brain gives us the prize before we've even started the race. Psychologists call this the trap of imaginary rewards. Here's the wild thing about our brains. They often can't tell the difference between a real achievement and one we just vividly imagine. So when you spend hours daydreaming about how successful your project is going to be, your brain releases a little bit of dopamine. You get a taste of that satisfying feeling of success. The problem? That feeling is often just enough to kill your urgency to do the actual work. The dream itself becomes the reward, and taking real actions suddenly feels optional. Which leads us perfectly into our second trap. And oh man, if you're a perfectionist, this one's probably going to sound very familiar. It's that endless, paralyzing wait for the perfect start. This isn't just about wanting to do a good job. No, this goes deeper. It's a fear of beginning badly, of being imperfect right out of the gate. You tell yourself, okay, I'll start when I'm 100% clear on the plan, or when I feel more confident, or when the timing is absolutely perfect. But here's the catch, right? That perfect moment, it never, ever arrives. And the real habit you're building isn't preparation. The habit you're building is waiting. And waiting, as we know, is the enemy of getting anything done. Okay, get ready because this next one sounds completely backward, but I promise you it's a powerful and very real roadblock. Trap number 3 is the fear of what happens if you actually succeed. Yep, you heard that right. Fear of success. We talk about the fear of failure all the time, but success? It brings its own baggage. Think about it. Success means more responsibility. It means more people are watching you. It means higher expectations for whatever you do next. And even though that's a good outcome, it's still a massive change. Our brains are fundamentally wired to resist change and keep things stable, the status quo. So subconsciously, we might actually avoid taking action just to keep our lives from being turned upside down. Now for trap number 4, and this might be the most deceptive one of them all because it feels so productive. It's the simple, mistaken belief that thinking about the work is the same thing as doing the work. I mean, just look at this. All that planning, researching, talking to your friends for hours about your brilliant idea, it all feels like you're moving forward. You feel busy, but you're not actually building a thing. This stuff creates a powerful illusion of progress. It keeps you spinning your wheels in the idea phase, so you never have to cross over into the scary execution phase, where the real, messy, difficult work actually lives. And our final trap is a deeply psychological one that's tied right into our sense of self, our identity. It's all about protecting this idealized version of who we could be by never actually putting ourselves to the test. The term for this is self-handicapping, and the twisted logic goes something like this. As long as your big dream is just an idea, it's perfect. It cannot fail. Your potential in your mind is infinite. But the moment you start, you risk finding out it's harder than you thought or that you're not as good at it as you hoped. So by never really trying, you subconsciously protect that perfect, shiny dream from the messy reality of effort and possible failure. So we've walked through all 5 of these traps, from getting rewarded by our own imagination to protecting our potential. What's the real lesson here? What does this all boil down to? Well, it all points to one fundamental truth about achievement. This is it. This is the whole ball game.
Dreaming is easy. We all have ideas. We all have good intentions. That's not the hard part. The true challenge, the place where almost all ambitions go to die, is in that huge, empty space between intending to do something and actually doing it. Closing that gap, that's the real work.
And that leaves us with one final and pretty crucial question to ask ourselves. Now that you know about these mental traps, it's time for a really honest look in the mirror. Think about your own big idea. Are you actively, physically building it, one messy, imperfect brick at a time, or are you caught in that comfortable, safe, and ultimately stagnant loop of just thinking about it?